In December 2001, America's seventh largest company vanished without a trace. $63 billion gone, thousands of lives shattered, Wall Street in shock. This is the story of Enron. Enron began humbly in 1985 as a Houston pipeline firm, a merger no one outside a tax attorney's office cared about. But then Ken Lay arrived with his PhD in economics and a vision for deregulation. He brought in Jeff Skilling, a fast-talking consultant who believed deeply in markets and himself. Enron transformed from a utility company to an energy trader, moving gas through pipelines like stocks on Wall Street. Skilling's pitch was simple. Enron wasn't just selling energy, it was selling the future of energy. Wall Street loved it. By 1997, Enron launched Enron Online, a digital marketplace for trading energy contracts. It made gas trading look like ordering pizza. Click a button, move millions. Enron became Silicon Valley with a cowboy hat. Fortune magazine crowned it the most innovative company in America for 6 years straight. Inside Enron HQ, the atmosphere was intense. Skilling told employees they were the smartest guys in the room. If you weren't performing, you were out. Bonuses were big, backstabbing casual, and every quarter a battle to impress investors. But behind the glamour, the numbers didn't add up. Enron used mark-to-market accounting, counting projected profits as if they were real cash. They created special-purpose entities, SPE, to hide their worst assets. Enron's CFO, Andy Fasto, named these entities LJM1, LJM2, and Raptor. It was like selling your broken car to your dog with your credit card. Enron's top executives cashed out millions in bonuses, while regular employees poured their retirement savings into Enron stock. Wall Street analysts gave glowing reviews despite conflicts of interest. By 2000, Enron's image seemed bulletproof until someone finally asked, "Where's the actual money?" In August 2001, Jeff Skilling resigned without a word. Ken Lay returned as CEO but couldn't hide the cracks. Sharon Watkins, a VP, sent a memo warning of accounting scandals. Journalists began asking tough questions. Enron answered with buzzwords and a middle finger. In October 2001, Enron admitted to $586 million in accounting errors. Investors panicked. The stock collapsed from nearly $90 per share to under $1 by the end of November. On December 2, 2001, Enron filed for bankruptcy. It was the largest corporate collapse in U.S. history. Thousands of employees lost everything. Arthur Andersen, Enron's auditor, destroyed thousands of documents to cover up the fraud. They were convicted of obstruction of justice and had their license revoked. J.P. Morgan, Citigroup, and Merrill Lynch faced fines but no criminal charges. Enron's executives didn't escape unscathed. Skilling was sentenced to 24 years in prison, Fasto got 6, and Lay died before serving time. Congress passed the Sarbanes-Oxley Act to prevent future fraud. But the real story of Enron is about belief. For 16 years, Enron sold a future that never existed and everyone bought it. When the truth came to light, the building was hollow, the numbers fake, and the smartest guys in the room had vanished. A lie can travel halfway around the world, while the truth is still putting on its shoes. In the wake of Enron's collapse, the world was left to grapple with the aftermath. The financial landscape was scarred, and trust in corporate America was shattered. But the real horror lay not just in the numbers, but in the human cost. The lives irrevocably altered, the dreams turned to dust. In the years that followed, many of those affected by Enron's downfall found themselves wandering through a desolate landscape, their futures uncertain. Among them was Sarah, a former Enron employee who had invested her entire life savings into the company's stock. She watched as her retirement dreams crumbled overnight, leaving her with nothing but a hollow sense of betrayal. Sarah, like many others, struggled to make ends meet. She took on multiple jobs, working tirelessly to rebuild what she had lost. But the memory of Enron lingered, a dark shadow that followed her everywhere. She began to notice patterns in other companies, subtle signs of the same kind of manipulation and deceit that had destroyed Enron. It was as if the lessons of the past had been forgotten or worse, ignored. One night, Sarah received an unexpected call. On the other end of the line was a voice she recognized from her days at Enron, Sharon Watkins, the VP who had warned Ken Lay about the accounting scandals. Sharon sounded different, haunted by what she had seen and unable to shake the guilt of not speaking up sooner. "Sarah," Sharon said, her voice trembling, "I've been tracking something. There are other companies out there using the same tactics Enron did. I have evidence, but no one will listen. They're too big, too powerful. But if we don't do something, it's going to happen again. It's already happening." Sarah was torn. The thought of reliving the nightmare of Enron was almost too much to bear, but she knew Sharon was right. She couldn't stand by and watch history repeat itself. Together, they began to gather evidence, piecing together a web of deceit that stretched far beyond Enron. They discovered that the same practices, mark-to-market accounting, special-purpose entities, and conflicts of interest were being used in other industries from technology to pharmaceuticals. The pattern was clear. As long as there were people willing to believe in the illusion of prosperity, the cycle would continue. Their investigation led them to a small town in Texas, where they uncovered a network of shell companies funneling money into political campaigns and manipulating market prices. The deeper they dug, the more they realized that this wasn't just about one company or one industry. It was about a system that valued profit over people, truth over transparency. But as Sarah and Sharon delved deeper, they found themselves in increasing danger. Threats began to pour in, both subtle and overt. They were followed, their phones tapped, and their homes broken into. It became clear that powerful forces were determined to keep the truth buried. In a final act of defiance, Sarah and Sharon decided to go public with their findings. They held a press conference, exposing the web of lies and corruption they had uncovered. The media was initially skeptical, but as more evidence came to light, the story gained traction. The fallout was immediate. Investors panicked, stock prices plummeted, and executives were called to testify before Congress. But for Sarah and Sharon, the victory was bittersweet. They knew that while some justice had been served, the system itself remained fundamentally flawed. In the end, they continued to fight, not just for themselves, but for a future where transparency and accountability were valued above all else. The lessons of Enron were hard-learned, but they hoped that by shining a light on the darkness, they could prevent it from ever happening again. As the world grappled with the aftermath, one thing became clear. The story of Enron was